Man, we got some exciting topics to talk about today. A bunch of fresh, hot drama. So you know we in the Discourse acting a fool. What's up, y'all? I'm Monk, your de facto host.
And today, Alchemia story just dropped a huge update on our heads.
And Global is pissed the fuck off.
But before we get into the controversial changes and what that's going to mean for the game going forward, let's talk about the part of the update that no one has a problem with. We got a new boss today. We got Ball. Ball. What supposedly his name was going to be Neptune. I guess the developers decided not to go with Neptune. Ball is a water type boss, and you can challenge him by completing whatever quest it is you have to do for him. Going into one-time party, and you can fight the boss. He's going to be another high spirit boss, which means he's going to be dropping weapons. According to the leaked information that we have that is being displayed on Super Spammer's Discord server, Baal is supposed to drop a one-hand sword, a two-hand axe, and a spear for Nirvanas. And I'm going to put the abilities on screen. We don't yet know what ability correlates to what piece of gear, as no one has killed Ball yet at the time of recording. But give it a few days or maybe a couple weeks, and I'm sure somebody will go ahead and take him out. We'll know more about that. So now that the boring part is over, let's talk about how the developers decided to set the community on fire, because Global is very upset. Another thing that happened during this patch, the big thing that happened in this patch, is that they went through and decided to add a damage limit to extra damage. Now, for those of you who don't know, previously extra damage had no damage limit, which means you could hit 2 billion extra damage even if you did 0 damage. And there's a Japanese player who did exactly that, and almost immediately afterwards, here we are with a nerf to extra damage. Now, this isn't going to affect people as much as you think that it might affect people, but we're going to explain exactly what's going on real quick, right? So, extra damage was supposed to have a damage limit that matches your damage limit. It gets multiplied by your multi-hits. So basically, however much damage you can do, you should be able to do the exact same amount of extra damage. What was happening was extra damage had no damage limit. So people would instead just stack element attack to the sky, and then they would stack different special effects to increase extra damage, as well as multi-hit, because, you know, multi-hit, element attack, base element attack, that's really all you needed to do a lot of damage. So with the new fix to extra damage here, there's the game is on fire. There's arguments, people are freaking out, you know, people are quitting or wanting to quit, people are getting bullied, people are bullying people because their build is dead now. Like, oh, your build is gone, rip bozo. Look, I'm gonna just be completely honest with you here, right? This is not going to be as damaging to top level players as you think it's going to be. For one thing, they can still do twice their damage with their extra damage. Like, if they hit 10 million damage and they didn't build, like they don't have a build for 20 million damage limit, they don't need it because they have 10 million damage limit and 10 million extra damage. So they're just hitting 20 million damage. And even when it's not these people that you have to worry about, you also have to think the people who were abusing extra damage, having no damage limit, were top players for like 3 years, right? They've been abusing this bug for 3 years. They have plenty of gear, all right? The gear that they needed to be able to make stupid high extra damage, LRs that have the effects, and multi-attack, right? They also needed element attack, whatever. What's important is if you're gonna just build like a regular DPS, what you're gonna want is LR weapons and multiple attacks, which is the same things that they've been getting for years now. It's not gonna make that huge of a difference. Also, the nerf, sure, you can't hit 100 million extra damage now unless you have 100 million damage upper limit, but it doesn't really matter. because you can still double your damage, and you're probably going to be consistently doubling your damage. You have so much element attack, right? And for people who aren't going to double their damage, if you had a build where you could hit 80 million extra damage, you still have the potential. Like, the damage calculation didn't change. You could still hit 80 million damage, right? You just don't have 80 million damage limit. So you can just build damage limit. You don't have to build the attack. You don't actually need to do the raw damage. You just need the damage limit. It's not really an unfair. It's not unfair at all. I don't understand. Like, okay, I kind of understand. Look, to the people who are getting bullied, right? The people who want to quit because their build is gone, and people are like, "Oh, you're gonna be weak now." Don't quit, right? If you quit, you're a pussy. Rip. KO. That's it. Like, there's nothing else for you. If you quit, you're done, right? You're a bitch. You'll be a bitch forever. But if you stay, then there's a chance that you're still going to be a very strong DPS. And all those people who were talking all that shit about you, you get to throw it back in their face like, okay, yeah, they nerfed me, and I'm still twice as strong as you, easily. It's that simple. I would say, hey, don't bully people. That's not Alchemia's story. Alchemia's story is toxic. It's designed to be toxic. That's how it makes its money. That's the whole point of Alchemia's story. If you are one of the 5 Alchemia story players who are not toxic, none of the other 5 are one of your friends. The people around you are toxic. That's what we do here, okay? We just need to... we should just go ahead and cut it out with all the bullshit. It's going to be toxic here. People are going to be a problem for you. That's anywhere in life. That shit just exists. You don't want to be a part of the game anymore. That is on you. As long as you don't quit, the haters can't win. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So yeah, all right. That's been the update in a nutshell. Like I said, it's been pretty controversial. We've had some fights on Discords and shit like that. Usual Alchemia story stuff. You know, same thing happened when they released the Super Earring. People were like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit." Blah blah blah. Whatever. No one cares. Did they come back? Probably. It's just like the Bakiverse. Even if they quit, they'll just come back stronger later. It doesn't really matter. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. If you liked the video, please give me a like. If you want to hear more from me, go ahead and subscribe. I have some videos coming up that that's not going to be like guide videos. Mouse says hi. Love you guys. Be easy. Peace.